I'm
You up
not
there
sad at
up here by
all.
me and
I'm
Tamika.
not sad at all. I'm relieved. I'm doing the praise dance. And then
Me too. I was gonna watch Shayna's recap because she said it's the best episode of the season was the title. I was like, really? Is that how
I
we
mean,
felt
the
about it?
season was, I mean, it was a little underwhelming at some times. So
Mhm.
it wasn't hard for it to be the
Mhm.
best, but
It was, yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
guess.
they gave us something to look forward to next season. I mean, I don't know what this Mexico thing is about, but you know.
Giving us bad boy vibes. I'm like, what are y'all doing in the middle of the desert? Just nothing. Just the two of y'all in the desert. Like,
I'm
and
just
you
ready
looking
for
for
them to
cell
split
phone
up.
reception?
Like, just I'm ready for them to break up and go their separate ways. I want Misha to just. Where did he go?
That's
Where
what
does
I
he go
thought they were
now?
doing this season, that we would get part of them in one area and part of them in another. And we kind of did, but they came together a lot. It was like,
Yeah, they're still together.
I got to turn these notifications on. I just got this watch and I just watch it just binging and it's driving me crazy. Nita said she stopped at episode
Episode 4.
4.
Somebody else commented on my review say stopped episode 2. Like, ooh, y'all rough. Y'all gonna get our shows canceled if y'all don't. If y'all don't
Yeah,
watch.
no, for as much as people, well, one person in particular got on my neck on Twitter for talking about it. I watched the whole season. If I complain, I'm gonna complain. That's what
Right?
it is. But I supported it. It
So
wasn't
that Summer
totally
House, I'm
horrible.
like, everybody's like, watch Summer House, and I'm like, I really could skip it, but I'm trying to be supportive.
Well, you're recapping it, right?
Yeah,
Hello.
that's what nothing else is on. But Sisters is about to come on. Tamika understands my struggle and strife.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be a meth than Sisters, honest, if we being honest.
I don't watch Sisters. I
Yeah,
started
sisters
to
be
watch
stressing me
it and I
out.
heard it was really good at the beginning, and then I didn't watch it, and now everybody's
First
like,
season,
you ain't
yeah.
missing nothing.
It's a
First
Tyler
Mhm.
season?
Perry production.
Yeah. Well,
I'm too
look,
like
there's that.
invested now. Like once I get now, we like what 8 seasons in or however many. Like I can't let it go now.
She's like, I'm committed. That's how I feel about all the Queen's Band, because I really like that season 1, and then I just kind of was like,
Mhm.
That's on
now I
BT.
just can't let it go. Yeah, it's on BT Plus.
No, I got BT Plus.
Mhm.
It's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. It's a lot to keep up with.
So many subscriptions.
I know. I was trying to get back into. So we did our mental health check-in. Oh, DeMarcus gave, I think it's probably Tamika. Happy Mother's Day, Tamika's Den. Shana, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
to
you.
Marcus.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
I
just
love
connected mine.
you.
I didn't know if you wanted me to stream to my channel or not, but I told everybody
You
to come
know,
over here. Hey,
yeah.
Nita.
Yes, please hit the
Happy
like
Mother's
button.
Day to all the mothers.
Yes,
Happy
yes, yes,
Mother's
yes,
Day.
definitely. Like I said, usually I'm like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take off Mother's Day, and I'm like, at my birthday, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna spend it with my YouTube friends and part of the day with my YouTube friends and family. My brother Cole, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going on YouTube later. He's like, okay. Like,
Yeah, I
I'm just
really
trying to
didn't have any
chill.
plans today, and it's so funny because I just shared a post the other day that was from a couple years ago that my son surprised me and took me out to eat in movies, and I was like, oh, I think it's time for this to come up again.
Oh, nice.
Wasn't expecting him to be home. I was expecting him to be out working, but anyway, he came and gave me some change earlier, and then he was like, oh, you want to go to the buffet and go see Planet of the Apes later? I'm like, I wouldn't mind, but at the same time, I'm kind of like just lounging today because it's kind of dreary and rainy. And I was
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
up drinking
cold.
last night. So, yeah.
Yeah. I had to
But
Yeah,
work
I'm okay
yesterday and I
with
have
it.
to work tomorrow. So I was like, I don't really want to go out to eat. I'm still trying to, for my son's like, you need to figure out what I'll just get some takeout and you could pick it up. So I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to figure out if I want to go simple and do something like burgers or if I want steak. But he's like, figure it out. I'm like, I don't want to go out to eat. I worked
yeah.
yesterday. I got to work tomorrow. I just want to relax.
I was up late at a birthday party, and I'm like, it's a rainy, like dreary weekend, but so many.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you said Planet of the Apes. I was like, Planet
Oh,
of the Apes.
Kingdom of the Apes. Y'all know what I mean.
I
I'm
was
always
like,
jacking up names. But yeah, that.
I got what you meant.
I never even heard of Kingdom of the Apes. I don't know.
It's
I don't know
new.
what's on.
This came out this month?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With so many new things coming out. That's what I was up late doing because I did a live, and then I was like, let me go ahead and get this thing out of the way, and got my watch list up because I'm like, I gotta keep moving because YouTube be looking at you like, you taking a break? Okay, I'm gonna take a break
Right.
too.
Yeah. That's
I'm gonna
exactly
take
what
a
they
break
be doing.
too. You'd be like, dang, I just breathed. It was only been a day. And we're like, yeah, okay, well,
I
that's
mean,
all
if
it
it was really
takes.
up to me, I would be traveling away on Mother's Day. Get
Yeah,
away.
if I didn't have to work before or after, that's what I would
Yeah.
like to do too. Just get away and get a breather. Oh, I forgot. I meant to put
Absolutely.
in. I didn't put them in. I meant to put in banners, and I forgot. So I'll just go off the top of my head. I'll just go off the top of my head since we're talking about it. What would you ladies describe as your perfect Mother's Day? Shayna said going away.
Yeah. I've never done that, but that's
Me
a
neither.
that's a goal eventually.
Me neither.
Yeah, I have one away from Mother's Day. That's a beautiful thing. I could say I had a lot more. I don't want to say that, but I did kind of have a lot more happy Mother's Day and holidays in general when my other half was still here. He
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
it
no,
happen. But
that makes sense.
just not having a headache, not having nobody bother me is a blessing. Mother's Day, nobody calling to stress you out. Don't nobody bring me no bad news.
That's right. Nice
Yeah.
and quiet. That's a lot
Mhm.
of the TikToks. Like, what do you want for Mother's Day? Quiet. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And the lady's like sitting in the car doing a TikTok, and the daughter comes knocking on the window. She's like, then she gets in the back of the car. She's like, "What are you doing? Nobody even watches this." I was like, "Oh, that's how
Oh
exactly how they be
Lord.
doing you." Like, I just wanted some peace. And here comes the
Mhm.
teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a couple of slides to go through because I feel like it's a perfect combination for Mother's Day is self-care. And I
Mhm.
have motherhood is learning about strengths that you didn't know you had. So if you ladies would like to, whoever wants to go first, like maybe describe motherhood or being a mom. Like this lovely lady up here has a couple words and 3 words.
Describe motherhood in 3 words.
Yes. She's like, really?
Ugh.
You first, Kara. Give
Okay,
me some
so
time
for
to
me, my first would be exhausting, exhausting, fulfilling, and love would be my 3 to describe motherhood. So it's a lot. This ups
think.
and downs and in between. So yes, exhausting, love, fulfilling, all in the middle would be my
Mm.
3. And this
Hmm.
lovely lady has on her hair, let me make it so I can see it. It says love provider, advice giver, tear wiper, and fierce protector. I just thought that was cute.
Yeah.
Mhm. It is cute. Um,
I mean,
Child, there's so
you know,
many words coming to
I
me right
know.
now.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to be negative on Mother's Day.
Well, that's why I try to give you try to
But
do the ups and downs.
you're
We get the,
real.
we get the
Yeah.
exhausting and we
Right.
get, and we will get into that because I kind of want to talk about like either mom stories or our trials, our triumphs, because it's not all roses, but
Yeah, it's definitely not.
they don't have to be 3
Um,
positive.
Okay, well, be like stressful, re- rewarding. Um, it can be challenging.
Hmm.
mhm.
Hmm. I had something else that was like a positive word and it slipped my mind. It'll come back to me. I'll bring it back up.
Oh,
Right now I'm getting frightening, surprising, loving. That's what I'm gonna go with out of everything that was
mhm.
popping in my head.
Yes, yeah, it's definitely scary. And then you have, an older son, so people make it seem like once, they're 18, like, no, that parenting does not stop. And
And it
sometimes
sure
the
doesn't.
the
Mm-mm.
responsibilities are, I feel a little harder because it's like life-changing decisions. Like I always, as soon as you turn 18, I'm like, please don't sign anything that you don't know what it means, what it means, because
Right.
I can no longer get you out of it. So please be
Mm-hmm.
cautious. It's like you always worry about the things that they could just go out to the world and do, and it's just there's no turning back. So
Yes.
Yeah.
frightening
Mm.
is definitely one of those words.
Yeah, I
Worry,
like that
worry,
too.
worry.
Unexpected, fearful, real dawn. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jerry said, worry, worry, worry. Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta take
Yes, I
it day
like
by
those too.
day.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not all positive. That's when I was thinking of my words. I'm like, that's the same thing. I'm like, I don't want them to all be negative, but we need to be honest. We need
Right.
to be
Absolutely.
honest.
But at the end of the day, it's always worth it all the time.
Yes.
It is. It
Hey,
is. That's why
cuz,
I can't
happy
take the
birth. I
hate.
mean, happy Mother's Day.
Nita says she is
Yes.
grateful for today because somebody is celebrating me. Yes, that's what my
Yeah.
Mother's Day is hard for me. It really is. I don't have the greatest
Mhm.
relationship with my mother right now, so that's what I have to look at it for, is to celebrate me,
Yes.
since I poured a lot on it. Oh, I miss. Yeah. Yeah, grief is, Tamika had a live about grief. Grief is, it's hard, and there's no accounting for when it
Mhm.
jumps up and smacks you in the face. You be like, whew.
Mhm.
And Mother's Day is definitely one of those days. The holidays are always rough.
Yes.
Holidays, birthdays, any type of
Mhm.
milestone, I would say. Because sometimes it's even like if you have kids and you lose your other half, and then like they celebrate something, you're like, oh, well, their mom or their dad is not here to celebrate it. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
it can hit you in all kinds of
Absolutely.
ways.
And I'm like, ooh, people who lost their mothers, people who lost their children. So it can be a really
Yeah.
gloomy day, but
Yeah, definitely.
Me
I
too, girl.
have
I have
a lot
3.
of my friends, and then for some reason, I don't know why, but even a lot of the guys that I've dated, they all like didn't have their moms. And my friends, most of them lost their moms really, really young
Oh,
when they were,
wow.
you know, elementary school, junior high school. And a friend of mine that passed away, she has small kids. So I definitely was thinking about them today. It's just, yeah,
it's
Mm-hmm.
like
it's
some,
never a
Yeah.
good age, but definitely to be so young, like,
right.
Young, yeah.
And then I,
Yeah.
I would assume, it's like something you just never can really get over. It does not mean it will
No.
make that call. Or even when people have strained really, it's because it's like you're almost grieving somebody who's still alive.
hmm
Yes. To me,
Strained.
that feel that's like the worst. Like, I don't want to, sound unappreciative as there's people that don't have their parents, but it's like when you have somebody that's, I put up a post about that. It's like they're here, but they're not here. It's just a
hmm
weird feeling.
That's
Yeah.
living
And I
is
would say probably adulthood was probably the best time, but once you lose your loved one, it's like you're always gonna feel like you missed something, even if they made it through all your graduations, having the
Right,
kids, and
right.
it's like then you
Absolutely.
missing grandkids' first birthdays or grandkids like it's
Exactly.
always gonna be something, and you're gonna be like, I wish
Yes.
this person was here. So
Absolutely.
I get it.
really almost
Hey,
take it
lemon
because
kush
for me, I
baby.
just, every year
Thank
I can
you.
almost take it for granted. You don't even realize that people may be suffering. It's like, gotta be
Yeah.
mindful. Or even when I'm complaining, like, oh, it's so stressful, but it's like, at least, some people just wish they could even have children and can't. So it's
Right.
like, remember that.
Right. And I have this up here. I saw this and I thought this was a good one too. A look at some of the invisible loads of mothering Black children, because we were kind of touching on it not always being, a bed of roses. And some of the things it says is teaching them how to respond to racism, which, oh Lord,
hmm
their first encounter with that is always a lot.
Yeah.
Showing them how to love their skin and hair. I went through that myself when I was younger with my mom. Making sure they have Black and brown friends, fearing for their safety because of their skin, finding
Yeah.
schools for representation, and educating them on their history, because Lord knows they want to take that out of the schools too. So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
taught at home.
Yeah, we have to do extra things that not every parent has to do too, on top
Right.
of the other
yeah.
things. Yeah.
Right.
Mm. So all of those things spoke to me. I was like, oh, yeah, when they get that racism for the first time, and you're like, oh, you just want
Yeah.
to put them in a bubble and hold them, and you don't want them to ever go through it, but
Absolutely.
that's not realistic. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. And the Black
Like,
and brown friends is hard here. So
we're so used to what we've gone through. We don't even realize that others don't have to have those conversations. Yesterday, my son went with his dad to a carnival, and there was pow powing.
oh,
So I was like, and I'm like, oh, you better learn how to run fast. Like you see Black people running, you start running, and I'm like, I didn't even think it was like a big thing, and so I was like, wait a minute, other people may not have to have these worries or concerns.
no.
hmm
I remember because my oldest went to a private school. So clearly very small school, predominantly white, and he would, be going over his friend's house. I'd be like, please, like, don't go off into rooms by yourself, like, just any old random thing. Because then if something goes missing, it's like, oh, you had your little black friend over here. It's just all kinds of little microaggressions and things that you don't really want to teach them, but they kind of have to be prepared for. And just having those conversations is never fun.
Yeah.
And then I also I did it out of order. We are good moms. We worry, we sacrifice, we lose sleep, we grieve the passing of time. We miss our littles. We stare and wonder at who our big kids are becoming. We hold on too tightly. We also say, I love you. No, we always say, I love you. We make a home. We give away our hearts. We carry our babies and memories and heartbreaks of our grown children, and we love with no limits or conditions. So I thought that was another.
I love that.
Another good one. I don't know if you ladies want to speak about any trials or triumphs of motherhood, or like a mom story that sticks out to you that you would like to share with the group as we are celebrating one another. I can say, you want to start, or you want to go, Tamika?
I don't know if I could think of a specific, story, but I can say that my son, he never really gave me problems until he got over 21. Then it was like, oh, let me make up for lost time. He was good. Of course I had a scare when I first had him. He ended up with an infection in his blood. I believe it came from the circumcision they did on him. He cried and cried for hours. I had to rush him to the hospital, and that was definitely experience. He was still just out the hospital, for me having him. Right. And then he had to be in ICU, and they had to do like I forget what that's called, when they have to put the needle in your spine for some reason. It's leaving me. So that was definitely like, oh my God, I was losing it at that point. But other than that, he never cried as a baby. Pretty much take him to the movies when we take him everywhere. He just, when he was hungry, that's it. It was just no problems. And then when he was 21, he was like, oh yeah, I'm about to show the hell out.
Yeah.
He's like, I missed that part.
Right. I'm like, I would have rather you would have done that a little bit, earlier down the line. But yeah.
Yeah.
I just want
and then I always was worried about him because he always was a big kid. My brothers are big. He's tall and big, and he always looked like he was older than his age.
Yeah.
So I definitely worried with that part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a story? Shout out to Mama Mac.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you for stopping by. And she would know firsthand what I went through. And people who probably been with me for a while, I've shared before. My son, I had him early. I lost a child prior to him. So then when I had him at 29 weeks. It was a high risk pregnancy. I was on bed rest at her house for a while. She had to feed me, couldn't get out the bed. And then they moved me to the hospital, and I had him at 29 weeks. So they were saying he wouldn't even be here. So now he's about to be a teenager, and I'm like, oh, you're getting on my nerves. I can't take it. Like every day it's something.
Your miracle getting on your nerves.
And I'm like, this is the child that I was like laying down about to unalive for. Like, it can't be.
Yeah.
You just gotta remember, but he's definitely giving me all those things they say about those tweens and teens. Mm-hmm. I'm like doing all of it. So I'm like, this is a miracle child. But he is a miracle indeed, because they said that he wasn't even going to make it. I had already lost a child. It was traumatic enough. So
right.
I was going through that. It's like, we don't have that. Those doctors don't have the final say.
Yes, absolutely. I can identify with that because I was high risk with my son.
Me too.
Child, Lord. And then it took him 3 days to come out. It was a mess, y'all. Wow. And then I lost the baby before that. So I always say he's my miracle baby too. So I can relate to that.
Yeah. And then is that why you stopped there? Because I didn't think I would
have I always said I wanted a football field. I was the one that wanted the team. And all my friends have more than me. That was it.
That would scare you enough.
Especially because my kids got a gap. And I didn't even really go through much with her, but it was just like going through so much trauma before.
Yeah.
it just would make you not even want to try again. So I certainly understand, but God has the final say. So especially with people who are trying have lost, like, you never when it's your time and they're meant to be here, they're gonna be here.
Yes.
Hey, Brillo.
Hey, Brillo.
Yeah, my middle one, I was high risk and he was born early too. But and that was a lot, but you guys have kind of touched on that. So I would say for me, like my hardest would be nobody plans to be a single mom. So I feel like that's been like my biggest struggle. With just, mom guilt, not being able to be there for all of the things. Having all of the responsibility on you. You can't have a down moment because, they're having a down moment. So you gotta, you can't be sick because they're sick. You are everything, every single thing. Where's my mug that I had this morning? Chef, stylist, counselor, friend, mother, like, butcher, baker, candlestick maker. So it's just, sometimes it's hard. And that's when I appreciate having, community or friends or even my therapist to kind of just help me through it, when you're having those down days and you feel like the world is on your shoulder, because it'll be one little thing is just put you over the edge with just having to keep everybody together and make sure everybody's happy and make sure everybody's healthy and just all the things that go through having a kid and being a mom. But it's kind of what we signed up for. Not the single mom part, but the mom part. But the single mom part for me is like it has its challenges, I will say.
You're definitely not alone in that. I think more people than not can seemingly relate to it. It's just
unfortunately,
never ending. Yeah, that guilt. I feel like it never ends. And then it's who takes care of you when you need someone who's there for you. And I guess that's why that self-care is so important.
Yes, that's what this is all about. And my therapist always tells me, like, oh, you getting up there preaching about self-care. You taking your self-care? Yes, ma'am. yes. I will take my self-care. And I will listen. Brillo says, happy Mother's Day to all the single.
We love the
And I'll put it up there too. Oh, Lord.
We'll be over there come Father's Day, Brillo.
Exactly. We'll say happy Father's Day to all the single mothers.
Right.
And it would be like, what? Don't say that.
We're man bashing. Like, oh.
Child, look, it's Mother's Day. We ain't gonna get into that. I'm gonna keep it politically correct. I'm gonna keep it politically correct. And these are just two other things that I saw. As I saw things that I thought fit for today, I was like grabbing things. But supporting a mom can sound like, I'm proud of you. Your feelings are valid. I believe you. You have the right to feel the way you do. What you are sharing sounds really difficult. I am here to listen if and when you want to talk. I got your back. You're doing great. And are you hungry? Yes. How are you? And I love you. Hey, JB.
Hey, JB.
Thank you. He said it triggers him I'll be leaving the dads alone. I don't fool with y'all. Let y'all have y'all day.
I don't really see people like, oh, here they come. Here come these single moms. And I'm like, all I see is people complaining about single moms saying it. I don't actually see any single moms saying anything.
I don't post any of that on social media, but I do get some of that behind the scenes. I will say that. So
yeah, we gotta after a while,
Listen, I've had my son's father text me Happy Father's Day. I'll just leave it at that, child.
Right. That's why you don't gotta say nothing. The kids will know.
It's nothing that I'm putting on social media because I don't want to ruffle no feathers. But yeah, definitely behind the scenes is where I hear and see all that going on.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say nothing.
I definitely appreciate somebody asking, "Are you hungry?" That goes a long way. Simple things go a long way.
Because you, as a mom, you'd be like, "Dang, what did I eat today? Oh, I had a cup of coffee. I ain't had nothing else." And being there ready to pass out with kids with their stomach full. So, it's definitely appreciated.
Hey, Monique, Nicole.
Hey, Monique. Thank you.
Yes. Are you hungry? Amen and hallelujah.
I like when somebody says you're telling you you're doing a good job, because I feel like it always comes at a time you think you're not, doing great. You're like, man, I just got done cussing these kids out, and here you come telling me I'm doing a good job.
That'd be my therapist. My therapist always tells me that. I love I got your back and how are you? Because a simple how are you, sometimes we are always afraid to put our worries on others. But when you open that, when you give me the how are you, and you give me the opportunity to actually tell you what's on my mind, that can actually be very helpful too. Because a lot of us like, oh, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to say anything. And, I'm fine. It's not always, which is what brings me to this other one. Black moms, let's practice saying, I'm feeling stressed from daily challenges and responsibilities. I am not okay. I need a village. I know I said I was fine, but I'm not. I've changed my mind. I don't feel safe or respected. I know that was your experience, but things work out differently for me because, Lord, people be trying to tell you what to do. I need some personal space. I need a break. That's none of your business. And I am really struggling right now. I need help.
Amen, amen, amen. I need this. I need this one. Yeah, because I have a tendency of being like I'm fine, but then when things pile up, sometimes my girlfriend call me and she be like, "Hey, how's it going? Are you all right?" No, I am not. I'm having a terrible damn day. I don't give a damn about nothing, and then I just unload, and it's like, okay, sorry. No, you wasn't expecting that, but
Thank
I'm
you for
not
calling.
okay. Okay.
Needed to get that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that feels so bad when I unload on somebody. But having like people who are just willing to be a listening ear is so important.
A lot of times you can find the reciprocal because sometimes I feel bad with my best friend, but then at the same time, when she knows when she needs to call and be like, "Oh, come get your goddaughter, girl, you home? Yep, come on, come get this wine, come on," because I know how it goes. So it's good when it could be reciprocal. When it's not, it could be kind of difficult because then you feel like, am I, putting a burden on somebody? But as long as she knows, just as much as I'm gonna call her and say, these kids is getting on my nerves, come get your god kids. When she calls me, it's gonna be the same thing. Go ahead and let it off. I'm gonna listen. If you need me to say something, I'm gonna say something. If you don't need me to say something, I'm just gonna be quiet and listen to what you have to say. So
Or how do y'all feel like when you're the friend that people unload on? It's like, man, you're unloading on me, and then it's like, who do I get to call when I need to vent?
that's
And I'm
rough.
so
Now you gotta speak up and kind of give us some boundaries sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely use a lot more boundaries now than I used to back in the days. And most people that I vent to, because I don't really got a small circle, but I feel like we take turns, and sometimes we got to take turns in the same day in the same phone call. But most people that I vent to, they convince me, yeah.
You get it all out and you be like, okay, tag, your turn.
Right.
What's going on? I got it all out. Now, what were you saying? What's going on? And then they take turns. Yeah, it really is mainly my best friend and my therapist, I think, are like my top two. But I have in the past been that friend, and sometimes you got to let go of those friendships if there's no reciprocation or you're just always the one getting dumped on. It's not.
Yeah. And that gets overwhelming too, because you have your own issues and you're trying to be there for them with their issues. And it's like sometimes you don't even want to answer the damn phone. You be like, "Oh Lord, no, I can't today. I don't want to hear about, Yeah.
Right. Especially when you feel like it's something so minor, and it's like, man, I have these real life, not to minimize,
Not to minimize,
but it's like, really.
You have a small thing today. Today I have a big thing. Something is literally about to fall apart, and you worried about something small. So yeah, I get it.
And for me, I told you, like me and my best friend, we've ended our friendship. So it's like that person I used to be able to call. It's like now I don't have that person I feel comfortable calling anymore. Besides my mom. So it's like, then it just bottles up. There, I'm glad you're going to therapy care because that's really important.
Listen,
having time to do it is like, I don't even know when you squeeze in time for that.
Mine's is virtually. We sit on a Zoom and we talk. We are right now we're every other week, but she always tells me like, plug in if you need to jump in and you need something, let me know and I'll squeeze you in. And it was hard to find because I was looking for a Black woman in particular, and they are not easy to find. But I'm hoping she sticks with me for a while because we got a lot of work.
I'm still waiting. I'm waiting to get one, so I'll kind of had a little bit of days this week that was getting shaky, and I was like, oh, why am I so like? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's been more than the 2 weeks that you was promised that you was
Weren't they
gonna see your
supposed to give you
therapist.
something else in the interim, like a group or something? You said weren't they
Yeah,
supposed
and I haven't heard anything, so I'm gonna try them back tomorrow because I was
to?
trying
Yeah,
them on Friday, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need y'all, And I don't know if I'm gonna get a person as good as what I had because it was the same thing. It was virtual, and sometime it would be every 2 weeks, but if I needed it every week, it was every
yeah,
week. It would be check-ins, even when I didn't have an appointment. It would be you could call me up. Just really amazing, and now it went from that to nothing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need y'all.
yeah.
I've never really
Definitely.
had a great experience. I've tried it twice. One was with a white woman, one was with a black woman. And I didn't like the experiences weren't great, so I never really tried again. Then it was like the whole insurance thing. I'm like, it's so much hassle trying to find the
Yeah.
person. It's like I'm exhausted just trying to find somebody. Like, forget it.
Yeah, it takes time. I'm on my third. My first one was awful. My parents kind of pushed me into it, and she was the worst. I couldn't stand that woman. So that I let go of that. But I had a really bad bout with postpartum after my. Speaking of motherhood challenges, I had a bad bout with postpartum after my last one. And so I was telling my GYN, and he was like, all right, let me recommend you some people. That it was both of the first two were white women, but the middle one, she was pretty good, but I just felt like I needed somebody that could kind of relate to certain things. She was good with the advice that she gave me and like the things that we talked about, but I was just looking for a little bit more. So I found this lady on, I think, blackgirltherapy.com, but she
Oh,
didn't take my insurance. So that's why we're doing that's like you said with the insurance and everything. But once we had like our screening call and we kind of talked to see, because I was like, wait, a screening call? Is she going to say she doesn't like me and she doesn't want me to be her client? My son was like, you are too much. But it's basically to see if she's a fit, like her style of doing things works for you. And once that worked, we've been, ever since. So I wish we could get to do every week. Once I upgraded my insurance, so we'll see. What do you need, babe?
I love you.
I love you too.
oh.
I like you to subscribe.
Oh, like and subscribe. Okay, thank you. But it could be tough. You got to try again because a lot of people say that though. It takes time to find that right person. That's why I said, hopefully, like watching Tamika, I'm like, hopefully she'll stick around for a while and she don't decide she want to do something else or she move or have something going on in her life. So,
Right. Yeah. My job had that.
Yeah, I've been through quite a few myself, because I've been going to therapy for a long time, off and on throughout the years, and it's definitely been some experiences. But I found like two that I really, really liked, and it just seemed like they only stayed but so long. They always end up some kind of way being like I gotta go. And then even with my psychiatrist, he fought so hard for me with certain things. It was excellent. I think he was doing it for over 40 years, and he was an older man. He was ready to retire. And then I was like, no, don't retire. Stay a little longer. And don't leave me. And
yeah.
I
No, you
have
get all
never found.
attached and you leave. Like now I'm gonna be traumatized and not want to try anybody else.
That's where I'm at. I only been with this lady for like a year. I'm like, I need you to stick around for a lot longer. A lot longer. Yeah. It was hard to find her, but I'm glad she's there. And that's one thing I'm gonna squeeze in is that therapist appointment. Because I
Yeah.
remember one time
And
we
I
got our
always tell
signals
people to
crossed.
shop around, just like with the medical doctors. Sometimes you gotta get a second, third, and fourth opinion with them and leave them because some of them ain't got no bedside manners. It's the same thing, and it can be very
Mm-hmm.
draining. I know because I done had to go to so many daggone different doctors for so
Yeah.
many different things.
Right.
I'll be like,
And every time
Lord,
you start with somebody new, you gotta like start all over from the beginning.
exactly.
Oh gosh,
Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm gonna get ready to go through with primary doctors. But right now, the mental is okay. Now I need a new primary care physician, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, you gotta find one. You gotta shop around and see what works for you, and kind of see if you click. Because even she just points me in a direction with like I think she used to do social work before, so she'll just point me in the direction of certain things like apps, like budgeting, or just little things. She's very resourceful. So I'm like, that's my home girl. She's not my home girl, but she my home girl. So that works out for me.
Kira, did you
And
finally tell her that you're doing YouTube?
what happened? Yeah, I
Did you
did tell her.
finally?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. She was like, "Let me find out you talking about self-care
Oh,
and
that's
you don't be doing your homework."
right.
She be getting on me. That's when she's like, "Okay, yeah." I told her because it was another thing. Actually, we haven't really talked about it that much. It was another thing we needed to talk about, but there'll be other pressing things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did tell her. And we talked because she used to sing. So I was like, oh wow. We're talking about our creative things.
She seems like she shares a lot.
She does. She does. It's helpful though, because it helps me when certain times when you feel like, you're not doing when you feel like inadequate, like, as a mom, sometimes in certain things, she'll just tell me, certain situations, but she's like, you don't have to do what I'm doing, or, she just shares certain things to be how it works for me. Certain things to be helpful. I guess if you don't want a therapist that shares, there's those two. Because I don't know anything about the last one, but she was still pretty decent. But yeah.
I wouldn't mind somebody relatable, but I did hear people complaining like, oh, I feel like I'm just talking to my friend and you're not giving me what I need. So, and I guess since I haven't really done it consistently, I don't know what I need.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you definitely have to fill it out because one that I had,
yeah.
and it's funny because we got so close later down the line, but in the beginning, sometimes I would feel like she bored with what I was saying. Then other times I'm saying something and she busts out laughing, and I'm like, "Well, what the hell is funny?" But then a friend of mine was like, "No, you don't realize sometimes you telling a story and you serious about it, but the way you say it is funny." She was like, "You be cracking me up."
The
So she's
delivery.
probably laughing at the way you're saying it, not what you're saying. Because I was like, "Miss, why the hell are you laughing? Nothing is funny about what I'm saying."
That reminds me of when Danny went on Sisters, and then she was like, what you laughing at? And it's like, Danny, the way you just told the story, that's probably exactly what she was doing.
Yeah.
That's why people think I'm joking all the time. Like, I'm so I'm
She
so
like
serious.
she warmed me up to like conversation to make me be, because I'm like very introverted, and then it's like hard to get things out. So she like warms me up to, be able to say certain things and confide her. But she'll check me, or she'll be like, so like, do you think that made sense? And I'll be like, yeah. No, that's not the right answer. Right answer. But she'll check me. She gave me homework that I'd be supposed to work on, and sometimes I work on it, and sometimes I don't. So yeah, it's not, it's like a comfort level thing for her to be able, but it ain't like that's why I said she my girl, but she not my girl. We friends, but we not friends. Because that's not necessarily what she's there for, but it
Well, you've
works
been
for
going to it for a year, so
yeah. And then it's like you need, you know, certain things in certain areas. So maybe I might be, going through something with one kid. And so now we're focusing on talking about that and what she thinks about it, or what she thinks would be helpful for me to do, or she'll ask me, we'll talk through it. So it works. It works.
Oh, and that's right. Because did you ever do it with your boys? Like, did you do family
Mm-mm,
therapy? Oh, okay.
mm-mm.
Because then I'm
Not
like,
yet.
or that, but
That's
I
the
probably need
next
to work
step.
on myself.
That's the next step. My oldest goes, he has his own therapist. I got my own therapist. The baby, he don't need one yet. The 15-year-old, I don't want to go on therapy, but eventually, when he warms up to it, I think it would be, good for him too, especially with the situation with his dad. So
Yeah.
to give them an outlet to talk about, because sometimes they don't want to, say to you. Like my oldest son, that's what I was telling my therapist. I'm like, I never ask him what he talks about talks to his therapist about. Like sometimes I will say, if he's telling me something about a relationship, I'm like, you talk to your therapist about it? He's like, no. I'm like, you gonna get an unbiased opinion. Like certain things you gotta talk out with your therapist. That's not me, interjecting and being nosy. But I always told him, like, if she tells you something, like you need to assert boundaries with me, then that's just what you need to do too. So just gives him a space to be able to say things that he needs to say and work through. So eventually that 15-year-old, he gonna have to get there too, but I don't want to push him till he's ready. And then that'll be another to find somebody for him, because
He's be sitting there until he's ready to receive what they have to say.
Yeah, exactly. And my son seems to like his therapist, so that was the first thing. I made sure he was situated before I found mine, because I'm like, okay, if you don't like her, then I'll try her and see if she works for me. But she was a fit, so then I went and found somebody for myself.
At least
But
y'all going to different people, so
I'm like, I know they can, but I don't.
yeah, it's
That would be something. Nothing.
a boundary.
That would be something that I was gonna say. That would be something that my mama would do. But I'm like, we're gonna have these boundaries. Yours is yours, and mine is mine. And you say what you need to say, and whatever you got to get off your chest, you get off your chest. And eventually, I do think we probably will need to sit down and have some family therapy. But
That made me think about Girlfriends when Joan was going to therapy, and then Tony just was sitting in there that one time, like, excuse you, get your own session.
then they all have the same therapist, or which was that the same show?
Girlfriends.
Yeah, one of them
Tony ended up going to the same person after a while, but it was like, just impulse. Excuse you. Happy Mother's Day,
Candy love. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. So I have this up here because, yes, one of the things we need to do, therapy is part of our self-care, but is to take self-care for ourselves, which I know is super duper hard. And the first one says, Mama, it's okay to take a minute for yourself. In fact, taking good care of little ones' necessities. In fact, taking good care of little ones necessitates refueling our own mama tank often. And then we just have a couple of, I put it up too big, self-care ideas for mothers. So I tried to pick the one I see was most reasonable because, like I said, I know it's hard. So sometimes you're like, how am I supposed to squeeze that in? So the first one, this is what I did today. Wake up before the kids. Wake up before the kids. I don't always do that. Get your moment of quiet. That is also self-care. Practice self-forgiveness, which is a huge one because I know for me, I can have grace for everybody and their mother and be empathetic and sympathetic. And then when it comes to me, beating myself up. Learn to ask for help, which is another hard one. Listen to a podcast, spend time with other moms, connect with your family, take some time for yourself, set boundaries, say no, drink more water, paint your nails, go for a walk, eat more fruits and vegetables, and having a Sunday rest. Doesn't have to be Sunday. Sunday is my particular day, but Saturday, Friday, Tuesday, Monday, whenever you can squeeze it in. I thought this was a good little list, especially that's like I said, I went to bed late last night. I had no intention. I'm like, I'm gonna sleep late. And I was like, it's Mother's Day. I'm gonna get up before these kids and have quiet. Just hear that? Nothing. So I thought that was good.
I would have picked sleep.
You would have picked sleep? I'll do sleep another time. Ooh, I pick one and one. Usually Sunday's my sleep day, but today I elected to get up. So my next day off will be my sleep-in day.
I pretty much get sleep when I can because my sleep be funny anyway. So I'm one of those that when it starts to hit me and I feel like I could go to sleep, then I'm like, all right, I'm going to sleep. I woke up early, but then I laid back down and I kept hopping back up, looking at the time to make sure I didn't sleep through getting up here for this live.
You still haven't found anything to help you with your sleep?
It's been better since I came back from my trip, though, to be honest. I still don't sleep 8 hours. That just don't happen for me. But I've been going to sleep earlier and waking up earlier as opposed to being up all night, staying up to the morning, and then going to sleep when everybody else is getting up. So I guess that's somewhat of an improvement.
I was gonna say I feel like I need 8 hours. I don't ever get it, but
I never get that. Yeah,
we don't eat. You need 8 hours anyway. I think they only need like 5 or 6. So
yeah, at least at a minimum. And I'm real lucky if I get that. That's the day that I'm really exhausted.
I feel like I wake up even more tired with just 5 or 6. Like I need more. I would love to be able to just take a nap.
Right.
I think I get about 6 hours a night, unfortunately. I would love to get 8 or 9. When I was off that staycation week, that's what I did. Even if I was up late on YouTube, I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna sleep till 9. I'm gonna sleep till 9 o'clock. And don't come in here and bother me. Go get yourself some cereal and don't come knocking on my door.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want a day of sleep where I don't have like anything to do or nothing to think about, which is, impossible. It's like where I can sleep and peacefully, like, because naturally I'm just gonna wake up anyway if I know I got something to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The nap will work too though, because that'll be what I do on my day off is get the little one on the bus and come in and take me a little nap. I won't get to sleep in, but I'll take me a little nap. Gotta get it how you can get it.
Absolutely.
My youngest, she's too. Unless she's taking a nap too, then
Right.
Yeah. She gonna be taking a nap too. She's still young enough for nap time.
Mm-hmm.
Your nap time and her nap time gonna be the same time.
this is very inconsistent. Especially since I rarely take a nap. Then I mess around and be looking at my phone, and the nap time is over.
Not looking at your phone. Oh my God. I remember with my first son, when he sleep, I would like do things. I would like clean and cook and be dog tired. By the time I got to the second one, when he was asleep, I was like, oh, let me see if I can if I can take a little nap. And it might only be a cat nap, but let me see if I can, And I wasn't as bad with my phone as I am now. Like you said, looking through the phone, but I was like, it's like here. That's what I tell the moms.
So looking at your phone isn't like just looking at your phone. Like, it's like I'm looking at my phone, thinking about what I could be doing. So there's still work to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's why sometimes you got to get that screen free. You got to put it down. Give yourself that break.
Yeah, you definitely have to unplug from social media. When I went away, I didn't look on no social media. I ain't look at no shows, nothing. I did so good. I was very proud of myself. I unplugged from everything because they was like, "Oh no, you still can take your stuff with you and record." I was like, "Nope, I don't want to record nothing. Yeah. I'm recording all the time. This is gonna be unplugging everything."
Are you sure, Tamika? Because didn't I see you on Moochie Live?
Oh. That was before I left.
Oh, okay.
But once I left, that was it.
Trying to catch him, like, are you sure?
Yeah, that was before I left. Once I left, that was it, girl. I enjoyed every minute of just looking at the trees and the grass and the pool and the lake. It was beautiful.
I know that so long. I don't even know. I probably get restless.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know if I can give up. If I'm outside,
and I also don't be wanting to get spoiled, and I know, with the shows, I know people gonna be posting things, so I was like, yeah, I'm not looking because I don't want to see anything. I'll watch it when I get back home.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that lately.
On mine, I try to watch something that I'm not reviewing, which I don't really do that much, no way. But I'm like, oh, let me watch something that, just for my own pleasure. The only time I can ever actually like get off my phone and a screen is if I go out. Like if I go physically go out, but inside it's like,
yeah, if I was home, I would be looking, but because I was away, I think that made it easier. And I definitely love when I can watch a show or a movie just to watch it and I'm not doing no reviews. I was doing that like the 2 weeks before I left to go on the trip because I still was reviewing one show, which was Being Math. And then I would hop on like with Moochie and the girls. But then the other days that I ain't have nothing to do, I was like, oh, I could just lay back and watch. I was watching Parish. I was watching X-Men. I forget the other show that was on during that time, but I watched a couple things and a couple movies.
Was that during the baby reindeer? Was that during that time?
Huh?
I said, was that during the baby reindeer time? I know you said you watched that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely.
Girl, it's a lot.
I don't keep up with Netflix. I don't even know why I got Netflix, honestly.
You keep saying that. I don't know why you don't give little Netflix and you giving them your money. Why you not watching something?
Because other people watching it, so I'm basically paying for everybody else to watch except for me. I watched the Cat Williams special, his stand-up special.
Oh, you watched Love Is Blind, didn't you?
Yeah, but they only come on a few months out of the year.
Okay. How did you feel about the Cat Williams stand-up?
It wasn't America. American Hustle was his favorite for me. I feel like he was trying too hard to be like politically correct. Like comedy just isn't the same now because you got to be, walking on eggshells and can't say what you want to say.
I know. I said I enjoyed him more on Club Shay Shay when you just talking your shit.
I haven't seen it yet, and I think that's probably why I didn't rush to watch it because most people were saying it wasn't like how his normally, and I usually like his stand up, but I was like, well, then there's no need for me to rush. I can get to it when I get to it.
People were saying like, because he's on tour, I was gonna see him, but it was like
hmm
middle of the week on the late at night. But they were saying that was better than the stand up, the special, and I'm like,
Okay.
maybe because it's on Netflix, you know.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he might have been trying to be politically correct for Netflix.
Yeah, it
hmm
was too hard. It was like you say something, it's like, "Ooh, I don't want to offend," and it's like, just say the joke.
Right. hmm
But he was
Yeah,
putting some pictures and stuff up there. So I'm like, he was trying to somewhat be controversial, but not be. I watched it in a nail salon. I was getting my nails done. I put it on my phone because there ain't really that much to
hmm
look at. Although, like I said, he did put a couple things up. I was like, since when do we put things up behind us? And I'm like, I gotta look. They trying to do my nails. I'm like, sorry. But that's when I watched it.
you don't need to put nothing up when you're just being funny. But oh,
Well,
there
there you have it. That explains it.
hmm
It made me want to go back and like watch some of his older stuff, just just to have that laugh, see that Cat Williams that I remember, because
Yeah, because somebody was
I'm
saying
like,
he's funny.
Cat Williams
He's
is a
funnier
lot.
when he's not trying. I was like, yeah, because he definitely wasn't trying. He just was being honest on Shannon Sharp, and I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, ouch,
hmm
and laughing all at the same time.
Something about Cat Williams with the locks just ain't. I don't know. He kind of been off for a little while though. And then they was like he made a comeback, but I wanted to see the show, see what he had to say, see what Monique had to say. Well, that little clip I saw recently with Monique, I'm like, never mind.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, there's a lost cause over there with that. But I mean,
I was riding for Monique quietly till her son opened his mouth, and then I was done with her because I was watching her in Club Shay Shay too, and I was agreeing because I feel like she's right in the stance of the TP and O of it all and all of that stuff. I'm like, yeah, I give her that. But once her son aired her out, I was like, well,
and she running that Instagram like goodness, like okay, we believe you, please.
Yeah,
like wrap this up.
She should have stopped there. But even when it came to addressing the son, she was more concerned with everybody else. That's why I was like, girl, never mind. I was rocking with you. Now I'm not rocking with you.
She's just gonna get herself blackballed again. Like, dang, you just came back. You don't want to work, just just retire. Say that. I'm like, dang, we'll never have a Goldie special now because she just won't shut up.
JB said she needs to let it go. Let it go. Yeah, it was because Precious was quite some time ago.
When they stopped blackball, because when she was blackballed, I'm like, Monique deserves work. Like, you're working again. But it was like, oh, never mind. And when she played Goldie, I was like, yeah, Monique need to come back. But now with this stand up, like, girl, what are you
Her
doing?
feelings are hurt, and I get that, but that's just therapy. You don't got to sit there and shout it from the rooftops. Like they're clearly not concerned, so why should you be?
It's hard to be.
Yeah, because they're not gonna pay you no mind, and they ain't gonna do nothing about what you're saying. I mean, I get it, and you can speak your truth. People could be tired of it, but that's your right to speak it. But I think it's a little much. Like if I paid to go see you in a comedy special show, whatever, I don't want to sit there the whole time having you say F this one and F that one and let's do this and this. Like that's not what I came here for. So that's not gonna do it for me.
Right.
I want to hear some jokes.
She had to clear people chanting F-O, like, girl, get
yeah.
please pass the mic.
Yeah, it should have.
Yeah,
she want all the apologies though. She want all three.
Obviously, they not giving it. If they was gonna give it, I think it would have been given already.
Yeah,
they on to the next thing.
Didn't Oprah or what? I'd say she wasn't giving her no apology or something like that.
Oh, I'm not sure. She could have.
Think she's like. I think she was saying something like she admit when all her hubbub. She admitted she was wrong, but basically she was like, I ain't giving no apology. I was like, well. She told you she meant that so
I mean,
might as well let it go.
The actions speak for themselves. Even us just in everyday life, people show you who they are. And
we talking about therapy. She like talking. You could talk to your husband and your therapist because the rest of the world don't care to hear it, and you're not getting nothing else from nobody. So that's it.
Yeah,
that is it.
That deadbeat mama thing is just something that's hard to overlook when it's like you want sympathy and empathy.
Oh Lord. He was like, finish her. I said, oh, whoop, the son done spoke. I don't got nothing to say.
But she
Yeah.
doubled down doing it on one of the shows. Like,
Yeah, she was still doubling down on that and doubling down on the TP and the O. So it was just like, okay. You know,
Heard.
I mean,
Should never
everybody
leave
goes
Oh,
through their things, but
that's her business. But I'm like, you better leave that boy alone.
And did
yeah.
y'all watch her Netflix special? Her Netflix
Yeah.
special was a little cringy. I was like, well,
Yeah,
you
I didn't watch
understand
that either.
That was last year. I think. I think that was last year.
I think it was last year.
Yeah.
Talking about that husband, like, oh, please cut it off. Cut it off. I don't want to hear about you and daddy, please.
Because there's nothing funny about it. Like we're here for comedy. Like nobody needs you to preach about child.
And it just like it's just too much. Like it's him, and it's like, girl, what is this daddy issue you have? I need you to please speak to someone.
And he said, then that's what she said about the therapist, that he was her therapist, and everything she when she got to the therapist, he said everything that the husband was saying. I was like, oh, you need a new therapist then, because that ain't it. Sister.
It seemed like the husband is the reason she was in a lot of the situations she was in. I'm like, he on your payroll. He need to stop being so boisterous and hush.
Yeah, especially when you had to go to Kevin Hart for money. I'd be quiet.
Yeah. Well, she said that she said that she was working on the Parkers, and she came back home and he was like, I'm not about to be rolling around in the sheets with you. You funky. You didn't shower all day. And I was like, why did you share this? Like, what? I was like, Monique, please go back and like get new people. Get new people on your team. You need to talk to somebody else. Like, this is too much. Like, that's not funny. It's actually disturbing. Like, I miss Nikki Parker. Where is that Monique?
Yeah, I think she's another one with the stunted growth. Like she's stuck at a certain point in her life, and she just hasn't elevated past it. I don't know what to tell her.
Yeah. I mean, I really just want to see some new comedians come out. Just like with these shows when we like recast and we want to see new people. It's like, y'all did y'all thing. That's great. Like, I need to see some new people coming out. Let's see what they have to say.
Absolutely. Yeah. We ain't got nobody good, because now that's the ups and downs of social media, because now you got social media models, comedians, actresses. I'm like, I need y'all to work a little harder. I need y'all to hone your craft. That's the problem with BMF when we got all these celebrities. I need you to hone your craft. There are celebrities that were, rappers, singers that became actors. Hone your craft. That's what I'm not telling you can't do it, but not like that.
Right.
Yeah. 50 Cent will throw anybody on that show. Like, they can't act. Deion Sanders' son was like the best one by far that he had on there, and he was playing.
Yeah, he did decent.
He did a good job.
He was decent. They not funny though. Yeah, and then we got like the newer ones, like the Tiffany Haddishes. Like, I don't think she's funny. So
even like see Young Fly. I'm like, when I see a social media comedian, it's like, how are you? You might be funny on like a 1 minute video, but stand up, that's something else.
That's the problem. When you're looking for new people, nobody wants to work on the craft. So that's why I was saying we get a lot of like social media comedians that they couldn't stand in front of a crowd and perform for a set.
Right. Yeah. But I said, DC Young Fly don't do it for me, and people jumped on my throat. I was like, oh
everybody like different things, but I honestly feel that way all across the board with music, movies, TV shows, comedians, actors. I mean, it's a few, but I don't feel like it's as many as it was back in the days. Every now and then somebody stick out to me, but for the most part, I'll be like, what the hell is this? And I'll be like, damn, I done turned into my parents, because I know some stuff that we like. They used to be like, what the hell is, but I feel like our stuff still has something to it. I don't know.
Yeah, because we were still putting in the work. People were, now, okay, fine, the music industry, but you were getting your media training, you were getting, all your different things, and now you just make an album and put it online, and it's like, oh, that's it. And then you don't know how to conduct yourself in an interview, you don't know how to market yourself, you don't know how to do any of the things. So I think our generation still had that, and what we have now is just throw it out there and see what sticks. And it's like, it's not good. It's very, very ungood.
Especially once you get on that TikTok and you be like, finally, something good. And you hear the whole song,
Hey,
Like, oh no,
ATA.
wait a minute. I was tricked, hoodwinked, and let it like
I give you, I give you the best little snippet. You be doing a little
like,
dance.
hold on. That's what y'all was doing, that little
Mhm.
dance too.
Mhm.
This ain't this ain't it.
Yeah, HEA said the
Yeah.
passion is mission.
Right.
That
People
that
don't
could
even
be what
really
it
want to
is,
do it, just doing stuff just to do it.
Mhm.
and
Looking
it
for a quick
shows.
come up. Right.
Yeah,
It just
it does show.
And it
people
shows.
excel
Let us
all
do
across.
our affirmations for moms. I don't want to hold you guys too much longer. So the positive affirmations I have for a mom are: I am a good mom. I am exactly who my kids need. I am capable of amazing things. I am grateful for the time I get to spend with my kids. My kids don't need a perfect mom. I will show my kids love through my actions and words. I will stay calm even in the midst of chaos. Yikes, I got to work on that one. And I am not
Mhm.
just a mom.
Yes.
I love that one. That last one.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, look how far it is.
that's definitely good. I think, listen, I see the therapy working on me because I definitely say a lot calmer things that I would have definitely went off about before. I'm like, and you don't really sometimes see the work until something happens and you're dealing with it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you be like, yes, it's working. The work is working
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Or
I'll be like,
sometimes people
Lord,
start to point it out, like your kids or your
yeah,
friends, be like, "Oh, you chilling." Oh yeah,
yeah.
I was chilling in that situation.
Right. You don't even realize it. Yeah. I had a day
Something.
like that earlier in the week and I was like, Lord, yes, you working on me. I'm getting somewhere now.
Every now and then, sometimes a situation calls for you to have to pop off.
Absolutely.
It's
Mhm.
just
But
no
it's
other
like
way.
managing the like the smaller things that happen, like because I will blow over small things. So managing the smaller things so that when you get to the bigger things, you can kind of
Yeah, that's
rein it
hard.
in a little bit
I have
so
been
you
feeling
don't keep
like I
it going.
explode over little things because it's like every little thing, like you said, I don't have an outlet. Like, so it's like, okay, every little
Mhm.
thing is falling on me. So it's like, man, now it's just like, ugh,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you to take out the trash again. Like now I'm going off.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what look to my therapist about these kids. And she's like, you gotta put up boundaries
Mhm.
with your kids too, because your kids are stepping all over your boundaries. I'm like, you right about that.
Right.
Mhm.
She's
It
like,
could
they
be
don't do
going
what
back
they're
to that
supposed to
single
do,
mom
and then
guilt,
you
like
still
you feel
doing stuff.
guilty.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
you letting it
That or
be.
Yeah.
sometimes I just want peace. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't feel like screaming. I don't feel like yelling. I'm gonna just go sit in this room, and if y'all don't do what you're supposed to do, I'm like, sometimes
That me
that's
where
where I'm at.
it's how I understand
Mhm.
when my mom went in the room and closed the door, like, and then it's like, yeah, I'm like, yes, please. Even then, they don't care. They
Mhm.
banging on the door, like, let us in, like, please,
Oh
go
Lord.
away, please. Can't get no peace.
Mama,
Don't you hear us? Like my son said once, he's like,
not
you don't want to spend time with your kids, like, not right now.
today,
No,
maybe later.
I need some time to myself. But that last one, I'm not just a mom. I remember like my friend had lost her phone. She like opened her phone, her screensaver was showing, and it was like a selfie. And I was like, why don't you have your son on there? And she's like, this ain't my son's phone. Like I'm not just a mom. I'm not just a mom. Like, why does he need to be on my phone?
Touche.
I was like, you know, you sure are right about that.
Yeah.
Look, you about to have me change my home screen. I have them as my screensaver because I like to look over it at work and like remind myself while I'm here sometimes. Because at work, they
Mhm.
be trying to put you over the edge. You be like, no, oh, these kids, that's why I'm here. Actually, right now I have my vision board, but my kids are on my
Mhm.
vision
Yeah.
board. But yeah,
It's like, right. But it made sense because I went to that birthday party last night and the birthday girl was dancing, everybody was circling around, and here comes her son running up. And I'm like, I'd have been pissed. Like, it's my birthday, not yours. Like, today isn't my day. Like, you have your time when it's your
that's
time.
my
Like,
little
yeah.
one. I even when you They want you to share everything. I'm like, I can't put something in my mouth coming over here. Y'all got 50 snacks. I got one. You want my one snack? Like
Yeah, they want
that's
what
another
you
reason to go in
have.
your room.
Mhm.
Go in your room and lock the
Yeah,
door.
yeah. I go in my room in a heartbeat, and I used to actually love when my son first started working, and even when he was going to school, and then my husband was going to work. It was like, yes, this is
Yeah,
me
ooh,
time, and I would be
right.
mad if one of them said they were staying home. I'm like, but why? This is my time. Like I used to look forward to
was
those
having a little
things.
self-care time. It's quiet. It's
Right.
just me
Yeah.
doing whatever I wanted to do or not do.
And the
Right.
husbands be having man caves or their own sanctuary. It's like, what
Yeah.
about it?
Mhm.
I will
You got to
definitely
socialize with everybody. Like, no.
when I get my house, that's definitely I will be having a space of my own, and don't come in here and
That's what my
bother
aunt
me.
does. She have her space and her husband have her space. She was like, that's the only way we've been married for all these years. I think they've been married 40 years or something, somewhere around there. And they
That's
both have
why.
their little space.
No more.
Oh, you will be all under your mom, from kid to adult. Jesus,
No.
JB.
Tanya wasn't having that.
No, JB, you gotta let that lady breathe. Stop eating her snacks and breathing her air. She wanna breathe her
Nah, it's actually once in a blue that my son want to hang with me now. I'll be like, what's going on? Why you want to hang with me? Oh, so that's how rare it is. Before, yeah, but
Yeah.
later on, it
But
was
then you
like,
cherish
I'm
that
busy. I
time.
got a life of my own, lady, okay?
Mhm.
But then you cherish
Every
that
now
time
and then
because
I
he's
could get
adult.
him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But you probably cherish it because he's an adult now. So most of
Yes.
his time is not spent with you. For the little bit
Hmm.
that you get, you like, oh, okay, we watching a movie.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll be like, oh, you hanging out with me? Okay.
Need that reminder because it's like, okay, now one day I'll miss this clingy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so far.
And it goes so fast. And I used to be so annoyed as a kid hearing my aunts and them say that, like, oh, you got so big. And I'll be like, what the heck y'all expect? But now me having my own and having god kids and, nieces and nephews, all of them are graduating, going to college, seeing some of them now getting married and having babies. I'm like, damn, I'm old. Like, I remember you when you was in your mother belly. I knew you before you knew yourself. What's going on here? Now I feel what they was talking about. Because it's like a blink of an eye. It really is.
Sorry to hear that, RC.
Hey, Miss K.
It is.
Yeah. We were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we definitely was talking about that. Yes. Definitely sending love and prayers to everybody. I know that this can be a hard time. All the holidays are a hard time for me, so I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that grief is like we were talking about. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah, and the end of this month is my anniversary, so I always usually get down around then. But
yeah,
no.
Do you try to like do something to honor it, or just kind of shut yourself off from the world?
No, well, since I've been on YouTube, I usually be getting busy up here. But before that, it was also my friend's grandmother's birthday, so we used to go, to her house. But now, her grandmother passed away, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say YouTube is great for that. It's been a great
It
outlet.
is. It really is.
Something that you can focus on that just takes you against an escape.
Yeah.
Day to day.
Yeah.
And
it's community.
It's online. Like it's like people all over and like we get to talk and it's relatable. When you can't
and it's a community because we're all going through like.
It definitely is because I was in a place, baby, and my son kept being like, "Get up here," and I didn't know what the heck I was doing, which way it was gonna go. But I tell y'all all the time, it's been a big help to me. And a couple weeks back, my girlfriend was saying like, "Oh, if James was here, he'd be so proud of you with this YouTube." I was like, to be honest with you, if James was still here, I don't know if I would have ever got on YouTube. That's part of how it kind of led me, there. But. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going through a tough time too when I decided to do it. And I didn't think I would be doing it long or, those things. It's like that community keeps you really keep you on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And you have those down days and then somebody posts something and you're like, oh.
We had the conversations that only we can like really understand. So it's just like necessary.
Yeah, definitely.
The community is the best part. And then whenever I think about leaving, it's like, but my YouTube friends and family.
The people in the comments, people might be on here. You might not have heard Happy Mother's Day from anybody all day. You can get on here and,
Yes.
Yes, I'm grateful to be still above ground. Grateful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we're glad you are with us, sharing a little bit of time with the ladies. I'm going to keep you guys too much longer and let you do whatever you want to do with the rest of your day, whether it's nothing at all. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do any more YouTube stuff or not.
Huntsville and never ever. I didn't even get a chance to watch. Now I've been, not watching people's reviews until I do my reviews. So it's like trying to.
So you don't get swayed.
Hey,
That's what I did.
Moochie. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Now I can watch everybody since I did my recap last night. So I'm like, now I can watch what other people have to say. Because I was seeing titles and I was like, don't watch it. Just go ahead.
People will get lost in the sauce. I don't get any notifications, even though I turn on the bell. So it's like I don't want to miss, anybody. I want to support everybody's, but I don't know what's going on. If I wait for too many days, everybody start posting something else. It's buried way deep down, and I done missed it.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go looking, and it's hard.
Yeah, even with the lives, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed, so and so's live. Like, I didn't even know you went live yesterday. I mean, I wasn't home, but I'm like, I didn't get a notification like I normally do.
Yeah, I don't be getting notifications. Sometimes I just so happen to look and I'll be like, oh, okay, she live, this one live. Let me hop in there real quick and say hey. But a lot of times I don't get the notification. If I do get it, for some reason it comes up on my laptop a little bit more, but not my phone. I don't know what the heck be going on.
You two playing games, like to play games. Yeah, I sometimes go looking. That's what I'll do. I'll be like, oh, let me go see what Shayna got going on, and then I'll watch. Oh, let me go see what Tamika got going on, and then I'll watch whatever I miss. The notifications do not be notificating.
Right.
You'll be good with Huntsville.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was just on last night, but the other one came on Friday, and I'm like, I feel like if I don't do the review right away, then you start to lose the traction. But it's hard with the weekend show.
Yeah,
it is. That's why I moved what's the name up. The Never Ever Met, because he was do that on Sunday. I'm like, well, let me move, and now I'm trying to add more stuff because stuff is leaving, and it's like I don't want to be stuck doing nothing. Like, hey guys, all the shows are finished. I know I'm gonna do Power Book 2 when that comes up, but
yeah, you have been really consistent. So
I've been trying. I'll be able to look searching. I'm like, I'm not gonna do reality TV. I was a new reality. Let me try it out. I think we got 2 more episodes of Summer House because this was 7. So I think we got 8.
Yeah,
8, 9, and then the reunion.
And Tamika doesn't do reality at all. I'm like, maybe I need to kick reality.
She got her Love After Lockup. Well, during
love. They got every different spinoff, so that keep me busy. But somebody was asking me to do 90 Day Fiance. I said I don't know because I fell off with that, and I don't know if I could keep up with. But y'all got me wanting to check out the Never Met. I haven't checked that out yet.
Only a few episodes, so it'll be real quick to like catch up on that.
Yeah.
I don't usually do too much reality TV though. I don't usually watch that much, at all. My sister's more into it, but I did kind of get sucked in with Love After Love. I was like, these people are crazy as hell.
I was in that one season with that guy who looked like a ventriloquist, and I'm like, I don't know how many seasons ago it was. 90 Day Fiance. I thought I was watching it again, and it was come to find out it was 90 Day Fiance the other way. Like, I can't keep up. There's too many of them. Like,
yeah, they got a lot of spinoffs too.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a break. Some of these shows be on all year. Like, give us a break.
Yeah.
Huntsville, Sisters. Right. Anything Tyler Perry.
Yeah, he don't take no damn breaks at all. I remember when Sisters first stopped and they said it was coming back in May. I was like, no, come on. Take more time off.
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ, you be working them people.
Tyler Perry show, because people seem to tune in for those.
Yeah, they do. That's like the Love During Lockup and the Tyler Perry shows really is what most of my views be coming from, to be honest.
Somebody said Sister Wives is good too, but I'm like, I haven't. Oh my God, I don't remember last time I watched that.
I would be so frustrated though if we got to do like 50 11 episodes and then you only gonna give me like a 2-week break. I'll be like, oh.
Right, like seriously.
Especially if the views aren't viewing, like I'm gonna have to drop it.
I was gonna say Tamika's views be viewing on them things. Her Tyler Perry and her,
they love that. And then it was so funny because one time I had somebody like, "Girl, where's the review?" And I was like annoyed, but at the same time like, "Oh, I appreciate that you actually waiting and looking for it."
Even though somebody was arguing with somebody, no, Karen didn't do this and that. Like, sis, it's a scripted. She's like, I need you to come.
Oh yeah, they will argue over that, baby. They think y'all think the Power fans be something. Them Sisters fans is on a whole nother level.
It's a scripted series. Calm down.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball in so much. Like I don't watch Sisters, I don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I don't watch what else is about The
I don't
Chi.
watch Love
I'm like,
and
what
Marriage
is this
Huntsville,
going
but I feel like I know everything that's going on because everybody be putting it.
You
on?
can
I
watch
know.
it right now, start from this season, and be able to pick right up. Like you don't got to go back and watch nothing. But that's how I feel about The Shy, Power Book.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I
Oh,
said. The
because when
Chi is
Power
funny.
ended, I was like, I refuse. Ghost is
Mhm.
gone. Power's gone for me. And now I'm like, dang, I should have started watching. But and then The Shy,
You
I'm
got a
like, yo,
couple weeks.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just like I was telling Brillo and them, it's just like Tariq just was so irritating. I couldn't do it.
But
Now,
that's the same for me. Actually, when I first was starting my channel, I think season 2 was about to start, and I had never watched the first season of it because I was like, no, what he did to Ghost, I will never forgive. My son was like, Ma, let it go. All right, catch up so you can
Oh,
do the
yeah.
reviews on the show. Stop playing. And then I
I
watched it,
can't
and now
remember
I
who it
actually
was.
be like, damn, Tariq is growing on me, but I'm still, it's so funny because I hated his character
I did
after
too,
that.
because I love me some Ghosts, and I did the same thing, but
Hmm.
I started from season 1, but I think I started halfway through the season, and somebody
Hmm.
pulled me in, and I was like, I don't like him. Why would you ever do that to your father?
yeah.
He was the worst kid. Now I'm watching it
Yeah,
like I still don't
yeah,
like him, but I'm rooting for him.
yeah. It's so weird, but I
I
do like that one though. I like it now, but I refused to watch it when it first
He's
came
the
out.
one that started the unaliving of the parents on all these.
Yes, started it off, and now we can't get them to stop.
Somebody's father's gonna go every time. Like, please.
Well,
Mhm.
And then
yeah, I was
that
gonna say
racing
we had it in Power with Kanan and Sean.
that Raising Canaan was another one. I'm like, I heard 50 Cent's story already. How many more times do I need to hear it? And then I was gonna do Tommy because I love Tommy, but everybody said the first season was bad. And it's like, no, the second season's good. And
Yeah, it's crazy because I was actually looking forward to the Tommy one, and I did
Everybody
like
was.
Tommy from the original Power. With the Raising Canaan, I was like, I'm gonna watch it, but then I actually end up liking Raising
Yeah, that was
Canaan and
good.
being like, what the hell is this when it came to the Tommy one?
Yeah,
right.
because I was surprised I like Tariq's better than because
Mhm.
Tommy was my favorite. So when they moved
Yeah,
Tommy up, and
I
I'm like,
was
now
not
y'all got me
expecting
liking
that.
Tariq and not Tommy's show. But
Hmm.
Yeah. We'll just never have like Power again. So I'm like, all these other
no,
people.
No, it'll never be the same, Mister.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like VMF. I'm like, okay, it's
Yeah,
something
it
else.
was slow. I think the
is that what
second
you
season
get?
was better, and by then I don't think people really want to give the second season a chance because they was already like the first season wasn't whatever. So
You better watch
That
out.
they At that second season, they took everything from the first season and threw that shit in the trash. They were like,
yes,
remember
they
what
did.
we did?
They really did.
They
We're
say,
gonna
listen,
start over.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't like it.
Hmm.
They threw
because
it
a lot
all
of
out.
times we complain about stuff and they be like, oh, well,
Right. That's true. Yeah.
this is
Hmm.
horrible.
Because they was hanging on by a thread.
Definitely.
So if you wanted to watch it, you could just skip season 1 and go right to season 2. Because
Right.
season 2 don't really
Yeah.
have much to do with
Right. It really. Yeah, that's true.
just the
That's
background, some of
definitely
the
true.
background on, I guess, like the Flynns, but
Hmm.
they threw all the storylines in the garbage. They're like,
Yeah.
none of that worked.
Maybe I'll binge Power Book 2. But I'm like, and then Mary J. Blige is the main character. And I'm like, I know she can't act. So I'm like,
Hey, Queen.
thank you.
Thank you. Child.
Yeah.
I don't like me.
Listen.
Because I'm like, what type of top tier acting are y'all expecting? Tariq couldn't really act that well.
Mhm.
Everybody love him
Well,
now.
Tariq's been acting for like 47
Yeah,
years at
since he
this
was little.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when he was on Power, he wasn't not that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't have that much
But
of a
I
storyline. But
honestly
BMF, they're
even
killing it with that.
I
So,
know a
so
lot of people be getting on Mary and her acting, but I forget what she was in that. She did a good job. She actually got an award for that. Mud something that
Mudbound.
came on HBO.
Mudbound.
Yeah, she did a great job in the. I feel like that's how they be telling her to act on Power because Monet just be one dimensional. Don't nothing else
Yes.
be happening with her. And I'm like, I think that's how
She
they be
wasn't too
telling her
bad
to act.
on Umbrella Academy either, although she didn't have that big of a
Yes, yes,
role.
yes,
So
yes. Oh, that's my show too. Isn't it coming back for a final season? I
yeah,
think
we
it
got
is.
one more
Yeah, I
season. I
love that
think
show.
at the
well,
end
she
of the
ain't
summer or
good
something.
in anything else. She didn't do good in that Malcolm X Martin Luther King movie. What else was
That's
she
when
in?
she first was starting, right? I remember that.
What else I can think of that I seen her in that she
Yeah,
did?
because some people it comes naturally, I feel like, and some people it's just not,
Like when Carisha said she's not gonna act no more, and I was like, you shouldn't. And they was like, no, she needs to do comedy. Like, no, stop trying to force rappers and singers to be actors.
Yeah, because some could do it. Some, like I said, maybe if they keep practicing, it'll, get better over time. But I definitely feel like some of them it comes real natural because I don't think anybody was expecting. Shoot, we had a lot of them. Queen Latifah,
Cool J.
Like she can act. Like she's more of an actress now than she ever was a rapper.
Yeah, and it's funny to me when I see some of the younger people that's like, "Oh, I didn't know that LL was a rapper. I didn't know Queen Latifah was a rapper." I'm like, "What?"
Ice Cube, and I was like,
Ice Cube, Ice
Yeah,
Will Smith.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
Family movies. That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
And I love Ice Cube in a family movie. It's so funny. That would be my favorite.
That's one of my first thought when I.
Yeah, she definitely better than them. I agree with you there.
Lala need to go. I've had enough. I like her better when she was
50
playing.
Like her, she keep getting roles. 50 keep looking out for her.
He keep making sure she getting them checks.
And now I don't watch The Shy, but isn't she on The Shy also?
Yeah, she was. I don't think she's on there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't Candy on there? Candy can't. No. But I don't know. I'm like, those are brains like The Shy.
Shame and getting on the people. Although we were just saying we need people to work on their craft. So please, that's all we're asking. We're not saying you can't do it. Just work on it.
What was I watching? I ain't watching a long time the other day. Don't Be a Menace. And then Sean Williams was like, he said something, and he was like, yeah, all the rappers are taking all the good acting jobs. And I'm like, dang, this came out in the 90s, and they still taking all the good acting jobs. Like, why do y'all got a little baby in here saying 2 words? Why? Like, that could have been for somebody else to get a chance. Let them get their feet wet.
Some of them are good at it, and some of them are just...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then when they so mediocre...
Because even Meech, like Little Meech wasn't, but he's been working and he's getting better. Yeah. So you just got to put it
different for me because it's like, okay, we playing your dad. He said he didn't have any previous act. He's not doing nothing else. Like y'all taking people who can't rap and then they can't act. Like, just stop, please.
Yeah.
Get a 9 to 5.
I mean, I get it though, because I would have wanted him to play his dad. So I'm glad they kind of did choose him and get him his little bit of acting lessons and everything like that. But
yeah, just like I'm glad they had Deion Sanders' son playing him because it's like, who better to play you than your child?
Exactly. Or
when he was looking just like him, had the mannerisms down pat.
And is it Ice Cube's son that looks like Ice Cube also?
Yes, absolutely.
Ice Cube.
Mm-hmm. Really good job.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Barbara J.
Hey,
little one.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I hope you are all enjoying your day.
All right, let's start getting you ladies out of here. Shayna, tell us what you got going on your channel.
Today I need to do. I just said the Love and Marriage Huntsville and then Never Ever Met. I struggle with that name. And then I don't know what else is going on this week. Summer House. Sisters will be back on next week. So just check the community tab. Anything else is going on. If I'm on a panel or with some others, I'll post it in my community tab.
Tamika, what you got going on?
My reviews. Yeah, I'm back in the building now. My reviews for Love During Lockup, The Shy, and BMF is up. I think I'm gonna be with the ladies tomorrow doing. I think we're doing back-to-back BMF and The Shy. That's all I'm covering right now till Sisters come back at the end of the month. And then, I have my little Mafia movies, my throwback movie, flashback movie, somewhere in between there. Just keep your notifications on. Check out the community tab. Thank you for having me, Miss Kira.
No problem. Thank you.
Oh, and I also want us to try to come up with something to see if we could do that pillowcase take out us. There's a documentary coming on Paramount Plus May 14th, everybody. Try to watch it. It's a true story about this man that was taking out some old people in the daggone nursing home. He was playing it off like he was the damn janitor child. It's a mess. I want to try to see if we can talk about
Is
that.
that based on a true story?
Yes, it was all over a whole bunch of news articles and information on it. It's crazy.
Didn't Tyler Perry do a movie about that?
Did he?
Yeah, when he would that guy the Bobby Brown actor. Oh, he wasn't a Bobby Brown actor. When he was messing with him and the mama was messing with the elderly people. What movie? What was that called? It was Felicia
Oh, A
Rashad.
Fall from Grace?
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's not quite the
Oh
same.
Lord, no. Like, wait a minute, what?
They
Ain't
had the elderly people in the basement. It's kind of
Yeah, it did. Yeah, she definitely was doing some psycho stuff. But yeah, forgot about that part. Oh God.
well, you're not wrong.
Right.
I have to think about it. I'm like, what is he talking about? Ooh, with them bad wigs and everything.
Yes.
I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen something about that before.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they had another Netflix one that was I can't think of what it was called. What a lady was stealing stuff from the older people in the nursing home.
Child, they be doing some stuff. Yeah.
And now we got Lala coming up in The Bad Guardian. So, I said, oh, not you liking to play the villain. And I'm like,
Isn't she doing that on TV?
No, it's on Lifetime.
Oh.
Look at you throwing it over to Tubi. I mean, that's all right. I like Tubi too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really watch Tubi like that, but I don't like Erica Mena, but she did a good job in that Stepmother movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tubi got a couple of good ones, especially when Modar J was doing the loves on them. I got into them a little bit more, and I was like, wait a minute, some of these is actually good. Some of them be a hot mess though.
I gotta slow down now that he's not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Gotta do some Tubi movie reviews. Suspense movies give me the creeps sometimes. They like just as bad as scary movies, but if it's real good, no, I'll be up all night like I can't sleep.
Yep, you be like, what's that? What's that noise? Hello? What's you?
That suspense, like, or be traumatized. Like I'm never dating anybody online ever again after I saw this Tubi movie.
Or staying at an Airbnb or all kinds of things. Anybody coming through on the replay?
That show will make you not want to date online either. So the reality show just as bad.
Not much better. Leave a comment, emoji, hashtag replay. Help your girl get to 500 subs. We're really close to that. We'll say, oh, Steve, let's say happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Thank you. Did I miss anybody else? Yeah. Oh God, I didn't even say what I had going on. I just did the Never Ever Mets last night. My watch list is up. Got this going on. I did a couple shorts, like I did a Mother's Day one. I put my kids when they was babies because they're like, no. I did the Brickfest short. I did a drink short. I'm trying to do some more shorts to fill her in there and give them some more content. And then I gotta do Summer House because that's on tonight, but that won't be up till Wednesday. So keep your notifications on. I appreciate you ladies for joining me. Ooh, and spending some time with me. This watch, I gotta get used to it. Spending your Mother's Day with me. Put our traveling music on and get on out of here. This computer don't move as fast as I want it to when I want it to.